Hi, my name is David Scott and I'm a singing teacher based in Dublin. I'm just about 2 weeks back to face-to-face singing lessons. I'm in my piano room now. I used to give lessons here. Sadly, it's not very COVID compliant. I've been really lucky that I've been able to find a couple of venues with a very high ceiling to make singing as safe as possible during these times. But I thought I'd just go through a couple of the issues I found when people return to singing. And one really good question I got was, does your voice go if you don't practice or don't sing for an extended period of 6 months? I had a couple of people who said that because there was more family members at home and working from home, or their neighbours were healthcare workers, they just weren't in a position to sing. So the answer to that question is no, your singing voice doesn't go away. If anything, when people get vocal damage or nodules, they're often told to rest their voice for an extended period of time. What might happen is that your technique has slipped. So it's a bit like riding a bicycle. No one's going to take that skill away from you, but if you don't ride a bike for an extended period of time, you're going to be a bit wobbly when you get back on. But you should be able to get it back. So with singing, it's about breathing and using these muscles, and it's also about not having any tension here. So if you don't work these muscles for an extended period of time, like 6 months, they might get a bit weaker. And so if you have a long phrase or a difficult phrase, you might run out of air a bit quicker. And the other thing is that if you've got a bit of tension that's crept back in, your higher notes, they may not be as easy as they once were. But the good news is that if you get back into practice, you should be able to get back to the level you're at pretty quickly. The other issue I noticed was posture. Some people's postures had really slipped over the last 6 months. I had one student in particular, and I noticed he was kind of hunching forward a bit, and I asked him, was he doing anything odd in the last 6 months? And he said because he couldn't go out and meet his friends, every evening he was on his PC playing games for hours, and he was like this. So he just developed this habit of having a little curvature here. But the good news is I gave him some drills to do on posture, and he came back a week later and his posture was so much better. So I'll show you a few drills now if you've noticed that your posture has slipped over the last few months. So just get a sturdy seat or stool, not a big cushiony sofa that you can, sink down into. And just the idea is try and keep your spine straight. So if you think of the spine as beginning with your coccyx down here, going right up to your neck, just try and keep that straight. What I'd say is you're sitting down, you lean forwards, and then when you feel the ground under your feet, drive your feet down and you stand. So your spine is quite straight now. And then to sit down, don't hunch forward or bring the knees forward. Bring the hips back first of all, and then go down into the seat like that. I'll do this again. Lean forward, drive up from your feet, and then when you're sitting down, bring the hips back. And you'll keep the spine straight and you'll sit down. And then when you have that posture, try and maintain it. And it might be a little bit of awareness during the day just to keep that, because it'll go into your habit. You'll remember, your body will remember how to sit like this, and you'll probably be more comfortable and you won't have to be wriggling around in whatever seat you're at. And I know for people, if they've got office jobs and you're working at home now, you might want to invest in a good sturdy chair that's good for posture, particularly if you want to do something like singing and you need to maintain a good posture for that, because posture is important. It helps with the breathing and you'll have less tension if you have good posture. So if you found this interesting and informative, I plan to make more videos of this nature. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions about your singing or getting back into it after the 6 months or so, leave a comment, or if you want to contact me, you can get me by email. My email address is info@davidscottsinger.com. And I hope to talk to you soon. Happy singing!